Hello and welcome to your pre-run yoga stretch. Today we're going to be focusing on the lower body, so stretching out our quadriceps, our hip flexors, our hamstrings, but also coming into some really nice lunge poses to warm up the lower body and the whole of the body generally, just helping to pump blood around our legs and get ready for our run. In your own time, we'll come straight into our toe stand to begin with. So tucking all 10 toes underneath, coming to the back of your mat. And this pose might feel quite intense. I know it feels very intense for a lot of people. So if that's you, start to press some of the weight into your hands. So taking some of the weight out of the feet and into your hands. Otherwise, if it feels comfortable, sitting back on the heels, and then we'll add an arm stretch to this pose. So taking our left arm across our body and then hooking the right arm over top. So starting to open up through the shoulder blades, and then we'll start to breathe a little deeper here. So inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Breathing in for 2, breathing out for 2. One more big breath. Slowly swapping arms if you took that variation, so taking the right arm across and the left arm hooks over top. Breathing here for 3. Staying with me, maybe your feet are starting to scream at you. Inhale, exhale. One more big breath. And then gently ease yourself out of that pose. Tap out the feet. Coming into your tabletop position. And then inhale, start to lower the belly, lift through the heart space. Come into a cow pose. And then exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. So starting to pedal out through your hamstrings, starting to pedal out through the feet. Find some movement in your down dogs. Maybe you want to shift the toes to the left, sink your hips towards the right. Take a few bounces and then go the other way. So shift the toes towards the right, your hips towards the left. Bounce, open up through the side body. And then inhale, come back to your downward facing dog. From here, inhale, reach the right leg up and back. Exhale, bend and yawn open the hip. We'll take some nice circles, opening up through the hip joint, starting to lubricate the hip joint. So just going one way and the other way. Almost like we're stirring a big pot with our knee. And then draw your knee to your nose and lightly step it through. So from here, we'll ground the back heel. We'll find our warrior 1 feet as we rise and reach the arms overhead. So it's generously bending into the front knee and pressing into that left foot. So you should feel a nice calf stretch in the left leg. Smile, twinkle the fingers, make sure your fingers are nice and active, energized, and then sink into the hips a bit more. From here, we'll start to straighten the right leg, bump up the back foot, and then we'll take our hands behind us and we'll hold on to each elbow. Inhale, take a little back bend. Exhale, fold over the right leg. So coming into our pyramid pose, gazing at the right big toe, lengthening, and exhale, forward folding. Do that another few times. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. One more, inhale. Exhale, fold. And then just stay a bit longer, gently opening up through the right hamstring. From here, we'll bump up the back foot. So we're going to pop up onto the ball of the back foot, and then inhale, reach the arms up above. So we're in our crescent lunge now, really sinking into the hips, firing up through the inner thighs, firing up through the legs. Tucking the tailbone, drawing your navel in, breathing out. Slowly start to lower the back knee. So coming into a low lunge now, releasing the back toes, and then inhale, open your heart. So take a little back bend, gazing up. Tuck the tailbone. So retucking the tailbone, tucking the tailbone, and making this low lunge a bit more square. So a 90-degree angle in the front leg, a 90-degree angle in the back leg. And then from here, we'll bring our hands to our heart. We're going to bring our hands to our heart, and then we'll twist towards the right hand side. So hooking the left elbow, turn your gaze upwards, and then you are more than welcome to stay in this low lunge variation, or you can tuck the back toe and engage the back leg. So lifting the back knee, coming into a high twisted lunge, breathing in, breathing out, don't forget to breathe. And then slowly we'll bring our hands down. We'll heel toe our right foot towards the outer edge of the mat. And then we're in a nice active lizard lunge. You can start to rock forwards and backwards, gently opening up through the left hip flexor, through the right groin. Maybe you want to come onto the outer edge of that right foot. So just finding an active lizard lunge, gently opening up through the hips. And then from here, we'll drop the back knee and we'll bend the back leg. We'll reach the right leg backwards. And again, you are more than welcome to stay in this first variation. So if you can't reach for the foot, just keep reaching back. Feel that nice opening through the heart, coming into a twist. And then you should also feel your left quadricep working. If you can take hold of the foot, great. Kick the foot into the hand. And again, open your heart, gaze upwards. Nice, 2 more breaths. One more in. And one more out as you gently release. From here, press into both hands, step back, downward facing dog. Nice, we'll pause in our down dog. And then just start to notice how the left side feels compared to the right. So the right side of the lower body should feel pretty open now. So we've opened up into the right hip, the right hamstring. Even the soles of the feet should feel a bit more open. And then we'll balance things out. So inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, bend, yawn, open your hip. From here, start to draw those nice circles, like we're stirring a big pot. Just going one way and the other way in your own time. Keep drawing the left shoulder down. And then from here, knee to nose, round and curl. Lightly step it through. We're going to ground the back heel as we find our warrior one legs, and then reach the arms up above our heads. Coming into our warrior one, pressing into the outer edge of the back foot to gently open up through that right calf muscle. So really nice stretch before our run. And again, smile, maybe twinkle the fingers. Fingers are active, everything is active. And our drishti, our gaze point, is nice and focused. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sink into that front leg. From here, we're going to straighten the front leg. We'll reach the arms all the way up, and then we'll take hold of our elbows. Maybe that back foot needs to bump up a touch. Inhale, take a back bend. Exhale, fold over this left leg. So working into the left hamstring now. Inhale, lengthen, gaze forwards. Exhale, fold a bit deeper. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold a bit deeper. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold even deeper. And then we'll stay. Keep drawing the left hip back, the right hip forwards. Gaze is at the left big toe. Slowly from here, we're going to rebend the front leg. We'll pop onto the back ball of the foot, and then we'll reach the arms up above. So finding our crescent lunge, tucking through the tailbone, navel is drawing in. Gazing forwards. Again, firing up those legs, squeezing the inner thighs. So a really nice way to warm up the lower body. And then slowly take another inhale, lengthen, reach up, and exhale, lower the back knee. Release the back foot, and then we'll come into a back bend. So Anjaneyasana, gazing up, opening up through the hips and through the heart. And then again, come into that more square variation. So 90-degree angle in the front leg and the back leg. We'll bring the hands to our heart, and then we'll take a twist towards the left, hooking the right elbow. So coming into our twisted lunge. Option to stay here, absolutely fine. So if you're struggling with balance, just stay with the back knee grounded. Otherwise, tuck the back toes and lift the back leg. So coming into an active twisted high lunge. And then can we turn our gaze to the sky? Can we deepen our breath? One more in. And one more out. Start to frame the top of your mat, and then heel toe your left foot to the outer edge of the mat. Option to come onto the outer edge of your left foot. And then we'll take some rocks forwards and backwards. So keep the back toes tucked. It's an active lizard lunge. So again, just rocking forwards and backwards to open up our hips. And then we'll come into our nice bind. So releasing the back toes, releasing the back knee and back toes, and then we'll reach our left arm around and we'll bend the right leg. Option to stay here. You can also take a strap in this one as well. So if you really want to take hold of something, use your strap. And if you can reach your foot, great. Start to kick the foot into the hands, start to gaze up. So there's a lot going on here. There's a twist, there's a heart opener, there's a hip stretch, a quad stretch. So really use your breath to release tension in your body. So long breath in and an even longer breath out to release. One more breath. Release that back foot. Frame the top of your mat. Step back to your downward facing dog. Lovely. From here we'll drop onto the knees. We'll sit back onto the heels, and then we're going to extend our left leg long. From here we'll take the right foot to the outer edge of our right hip, and we're going to come into half saddle pose. So now we're going to really open up through the right quadricep and a little bit into the hip flexor as well. So if this is already enough, you can stay upright. You can also sit yourself on a pillow or rolled up blanket if you feel like you want a bit more support underneath your pelvis. Otherwise, start to recline. So if you want to take it deeper, start to recline onto your elbows. Maybe you want to come all the way down onto your back. If this is still not really doing anything, then bend your left leg, or you can bend your left leg and plant your foot on the ground. So just staying in a half saddle for 2 more breaths. One more big breath, breathing in and breathing out. Coming back onto the hands, we'll take this right foot to the inside of our left leg, and we'll come into Janushasana. So inhale, reach the arms up above. Exhale, forward fold. Nice deep hamstring stretch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Another couple of breaths. Try to keep the spine nice and long, lengthening. And exhale, forward folding. Slowly walk your hands in. We'll bend this left leg, and then we're going to hook the right foot on top of the left knee. So coming into our seated pigeon pose. So nice deep hip stretch in the right hip, puffing up our chest and gazing forwards. And you can use this left leg like a lever, like a gear stick, to take this pose as deep as you would like. One more big breath. Slowly releasing, and then we'll simply swap sides. So lengthening the right leg forwards, bending the left knee, left heel is on the outside of the left hip, and then we'll start to come into our half saddle pose. So more than welcome to sit yourself up, take a pillow underneath your hips, prop yourself up so you're really comfortable. You can also take your elbows onto a pillow as well if you're kind of in between upright and onto your elbows. Or you can come all the way down. So if this is easy for you, bend your right leg, come all the way down. Maybe that's enough. Maybe you want to hug the right knee in. So you should feel a nice opening through our left quad and hip flexor. Gently we'll walk ourselves up, we'll come into Janushasana. So left sole of the foot to the inside of our right leg, so the inseam of our right leg. And then if this knee is quite lifted as well, you can prop yourself up with a pillow or a block. Inhale, arms up above. Exhale, fold over the right leg. Inhale, keep lengthening the chest forwards from your hip crease. And then exhale, fold in. Perhaps closing the eyes, just concentrating on your breath. So connection to the breath is not only important in yoga, but also for running. So it's great to do this stretching routine or workout, yoga stretch, before we go running, so that we can connect to our breath, but also stretch and open up our body. So the breath is just as important. Slowly walk your hands in, and then we'll bend the right leg. We'll hook the left foot on top. And then again, puff up your chest and use your right leg like a lever. So coming into our seated pigeon, our final pose before our run. And I've actually prepared a post-run stretch routine. So if you are interested in that one when you come back from your run, then I will link it below. So definitely check that video out. Otherwise, gently releasing the pose, coming into a comfortable seat, bringing your hands to your heart, thanking yourself for taking the time to stretch, to breathe, and to warm up your body. Namaste.